Welcome to this video on GenAI app with RAG on Cloud. Hi, I'm Karthik Ninghana. I'm currently an MLOps Engineer at Typewise. And in this video, we would be creating a GenAI chatbot. We'll power it with RAG and then deploy the whole application on cloud. So let's look at some of the key takeaways from this video. First, we would be creating a document analysis chatbot where we'd be giving it documents related to the market studies and we'd be asking it questions and would see how good it is in terms of extracting these reports and getting output from them. We will do a full end-to-end architecture walkthrough of the whole application. We'll also do a line-by-line code walkthrough where we'll look at each step-by-step process that happens in the code. And then we will also set up our AWS account and then deploy the application after containerizing it using multiple services in AWS. So what would be the major key takeaways? Number one is we'll be doing a RAG pipeline in AWS. So we'll use AWS Bedrock Knowledge Bases, both for document storage and retrieval. Then we would also create a chatbot agent with UI. So we are using for backend Python language, and we'd be using a framework called LlamaIndex. Also for the front end of the application, we'd also be using another Python package called Gradio. And finally, we will be deploying the application on cloud. So containerize the whole application and deploy it to AWS. So let's have a look at all these services that we will go throughout this whole application. First is S3 data storage. So S3 is one of the services in AWS where we can store files and then we can use it using different libraries to store and retrieve these file systems. So all the documents that we would be working with would be stored in S3. For the vector database, we will be using OpenSearch VectorDB. This is one of the services in AWS. For the whole RAG application, we would be using AWS Knowledge Bases. So instead of doing everything in Retrieval-Augmented Generation, also known as RAG ourselves, we'd be using one of these services in AWS called AWS Knowledge Base, which will do all these processes behind the scene for us. We'd be using AWS Titan embeddings. So to create these embeddings and convert them from text to these numerical format representation, we have multiple different embedding types. The embedding we would be using would be the default AWS Titan embeddings inside AWS. We'd be using LlamaIndex agent. So LlamaIndex is a library which is created in Python and which really helps us streamline and connect all these things together in a very easy fashion. For the LLM of choice, we'd be using OpenAI. We'd be using the Gradio package. This is what helps us to create front ends just by using Python. We don't have to rely on other libraries or frameworks such as React. We'd be using AWS ECR. So the whole application would be packaged into a Docker container, and that Docker container we would push to AWS ECR, which is a container registry. And finally, we would be using AWS AppRunner. So there are multiple services in AWS to deploy these applications. One of the really easy and scalable solutions is called AppRunner. Where we simply take our container, give it to AppRunner, and then mention all the different configuration parameters, and it will deploy the whole application for us. All right, let's have a look at the architecture diagram. So as you can see, the box over here represents AWS Cloud, inside which we have multiple services. We have ECR, where our Docker container is stored. We have AppRunner. This is the service which takes the Docker container and then runs it. We have S3 bucket, where our documents are present. We have Titan embeddings, which takes the text and converts it into numerical format, which are known as embeddings. Then we have AWS OpenSearch, where all these embeddings are stored. And we can create and search these embeddings using different input text that we get. So for example, these embeddings would be there in the vector DB. And whenever we have a question, we will take that text, convert it into embeddings, and we can find out the nearest embeddings from that particular text. And what it does is we will get text which is closer in meaning to the already saved text in the vector store. So what kind of data would there be? Let's say we want to do market analysis of Amazon. So we are going to ingest an Amazon shareholder letter, and we'd ask questions based on the documents inside it. Now the vector store would already be having all these text, and we would be able to, based on our question, get the similar documents from that text. And so all of this similarity matching and everything happens in a vector DB. And the vector DB for us is going to be AWS OpenSearch. Now, as we can see, the AppRunner also connects to something called Parameter Store. So to store sensitive data in AWS, we can use services like Parameter Store. The AppRunner also connects to knowledge bases. This is done to make sure that the whole process of RAG is abstracted away using knowledge bases. What it means is that knowledge base is going to do both the things for us. Number one is when we put any data in S3 bucket, it will take those documents, will get the text out of them, then chunk it into small pieces. Every chunk would then be called with Titan embeddings and converted to numerical format and would be saved in the vector DB. All of this happens automatically behind the scene. The second thing we can do is applications like the application deployed in AppRunner can call this Amazon knowledge bases to actually extract some of the documents which are closest to our given question. So we will simply provide it the question, and knowledge bases would then call Titan embeddings to generate the numerical format, fetch the closest number of documents from OpenSearch, and then return us back those documents. So as we can see, all of this happens behind the scenes in AWS Bedrock. And so for us, we would simply be calling these services using a simple library called Boto3, which is the default Python library to talk to different Amazon services. All right. So this is the whole architecture. We also have IAM role, which gives it permission to be able to call knowledge bases and also to fetch API keys from Parameter Store. What kind of data would be storing? In Parameter Store, we will store the OpenAI API keys, but we can also obviously use it for other sensitive data storage. And finally, the users can connect to our application in AppRunner using a given URL. That URL is then going to load the Gradio frontend that we have, and that frontend can be used to connect to the backend application. The backend server then, using the question asked by the user, fetch documents from knowledge bases, and then would also be calling OpenAI with the fetch documents and the question to generate the final answer. Once we have the final answer, it will also give it back to the user.